So a few details that I need to share with you, dear empath, highly sensitive person. I have a new website that I was working on just now for a few days, and now it's up and running and it's all done. And I'm going to be adding the link as usual below each video that I upload. So you will be able to access my new website. And the old one I'm not using right now. It can be accessible, maybe. I'm not quite sure right now, but it can be, it still can be there. So I'm not gonna change, I'm not gonna edit the old description boxes, but I will be adding the new link to the new ones. And also, I want to remind you guys again that my work, my social media channels, and my YouTube channel are only for empaths and highly sensitive people like myself. What I am, a sensitive empath, highly sensitive woman. So I'm not going to be tolerating anything that is something else. If you're not my target person, then you're not my target person, and I'm not going to accept any negative comments, hateful comments, angry comments. That is not the energy that I am sending out as a sensitive earth angel, starseed, empath, HSP woman who has been abused all her life. So I'm a grown, smart woman and I have my boundaries, and I'm not going to deal with those people. So you will be deleted and ignored if you do that. And I wanted to talk about a woman's anger, because especially as a sensitive empath, highly sensitive woman, and if you've been abused all your life like I've been ever since childhood, I did not even have my father to raise me. I basically had to take care of myself my whole life since childhood, as my mother is a narcissist. So I know how painful it can be if you're in that situation, that nobody's really taking care of you and, you know, showing you the love and care that you need and deserve as a child, that you crave for naturally. That is your birthright, and, you know, it's not anything that you should be asking for. So, you know, I've been there, so I know how it is. So if this resonates with you, then you're definitely my target person, target client. And yeah, I just wanted to share a few thoughts today. That if you are a sensitive empath, highly sensitive woman, and you've been abused all your life, it can be so easy to, you know, blame yourself, to carry that shame trauma all your life. That fear and guilt, you know, you're afraid to be yourself, you're afraid to show anger and express yourself and speak up and set those boundaries with others and all of that. But eventually, you know, if you really want to free yourself from the past and you want to grow and evolve, and you are growing and evolving and healing from all of that past trauma and baggage, then it's natural that you're going to have to break free. You know, you're going to have to be expressing yourself and feeling anger, feeling everything, because it's a part of the human life. So in order to be fully you, you have to be expressing yourself fully and truly and honestly and authentically with yourself and, you know, with other people, so that people can hear you out and understand you, and you're able to communicate with others. We cannot ever be really ourselves or communicate with others fully and truly and honestly and authentically from the heart and soul, to speak our truth, if we just stay silent. You know, if we just have that shame and fear and guilt within us that is blocking us, it's stopping us from, you know, being ourselves, and then we would be suppressing our souls and our higher selves at the same time. So that is not healthy and it's not good. So this is very important to, you know, to keep in mind daily, because for example, us women, we've been so shamed and controlled and abused and put down ever since a woman was created in this world, basically. So usually it's been the men ruling the world and the women following and being controlled and abused. And now, to me personally, this is a big issue because I've seen it too many times. And as a sensitive, empath, highly sensitive person, I have had to get to know myself, and heal from my past, heal my past, and accept what happened, and, make peace with everything. So these are important factors and themes and things to be acknowledging, and, they just have to be paid attention to. Because how can you ever be truly happy if you cannot be yourself and express yourself freely and truly, and feel like you can breathe freely, like you can just really be yourself, accepted and loved and supported and guided like you're supposed to be, like when you were born. So you are still that same baby, you are still that same child who you were when you were born to this world, but it's your job to return to yourself and, to go through this healing and recovery process, learning, growing, and evolving as a person, as a human being, as a spiritual being, to be realizing things, and seeing things from that better angle, that honest angle, supporting yourself. Because it does not make you difficult if you set your boundaries and speak your truth and you're being yourself honestly and truly. You are just doing yourself a disservice. You are abandoning yourself if you always let other people have power over you, if you still have that shame and fear and guilt within you that was created within you ever since childhood, if this began when you were a child. So it's important to acknowledge that and to be breaking those patterns, and by doing that you have to take action and just start setting those boundaries and, just start to communicate clearly with yourself and with others, getting to know yourself, doing the inner work so that you're able to be, stronger and have that clarity that things are not how you thought they were. Because you have always deserved the best in life and universe and everything in it wants to give you that happy life, that healthy, happy, long life that you deserve. It's why you're here, to fulfill your life purpose and to be creating and attracting, manifesting what you need and deserve. So that is always the truth. And I learned this the hard way as well. But that is how it is, and it's important to, say it out loud and, be telling yourself, be reminding yourself how things really are, that you are not that wounded person, and even if you were, there's nothing wrong with you. So it's not okay that people try to blame you for things that, are their responsibilities, not yours. And again, when we don't know other people, we never know their life stories and, what happened to them and what they have to go through. We should always give that space to the people who we don't know. And even if we have a loved one who's going through things, we should just support them, support ourselves first, of course, but support our loved ones naturally, of course, as we want to, as empaths and HSPs. We always want to support others. We always want to be there for others. That is how we function naturally without, even thinking about it really. But at the same time, there's, of course, boundaries and limits because, we cannot be doing everything and being there for every single person. So at the same time, we have to have common sense, every single day in life. But what I wanted to say is that we need to be giving ourselves the personal space to be able to be ourselves and give others the personal space, which I believe that, yes, we can do that, yeah. But sometimes, relationships are not easy, so sometimes things can happen So I just want to give you this guidance right now, as I've also been reflecting on things again. So sharing what I'm, channeling and having as intuitive guidance as always. So give yourself space, time, boundaries, and set those with others as well, especially when you are a sensitive empath. Like, just be a woman who has been emotionally abused. Be feeding into codependency. You don't want to be feeding into that old baggage and pain that you had to heal from, that you want to heal from, that you're working on to heal, whatever your situation is. But anyway, you don't want to go back there, and that is why you're here, watching my videos and following my work, because you want to move forward, because you want to have that empowerment and clarity, So I've gone through that path, so that is why I'm here to speak and, to guide you. But yeah, so the personal space is so important for yourself and, naturally for others too. And it's just highlighted if we have those conflicts, with people, like people are trying to interfere with your personal space and you cannot handle that. Like I've been saying, we cannot control everything. Nobody can ever control everything, but we do have a lot of power over our own lives. We do create our own realities, but we just have to be, become empowered within, finding that inner peace and strength, joy and love, and, leaning on to what is natural, because with our unique characters and, deep feelings, emotions and thoughts daily as sensitive empaths and highly sensitive people, those are our gifts, and they are meant to be used for amazing things. And I believe that it includes ourselves, of course, too, not just others, because nobody can ever just give and give and give and be filling other people's cup. And then so nobody can ever be filling other people's cup and, ending up drained out, alone, feeling sad and, exhausted and all of that, because you gave too much. And especially you gave too much to the people who never deserved it, like toxic people. Like for example, you loved your narcissistic partner who just hurt you, and that's what they do. But it's important to, be paying attention to these boundaries and limits that you will acknowledge better, that's what can you deal with, what can you put up with. And so you will be more clear about these things, what your boundaries and limits are, and you will be a lot more brave and courageous to actually be yourself and, to speak up for yourself and everything. The more you're distancing yourself from those negative people and, just being true to yourself and accepting yourself and loving and respecting yourself fully and truly, honestly and authentically, just being there for yourself every single second of your life, because you owe that to yourself. You have to be taking care of yourself first. And so you will really have a completely new life as you do these things. But I just wanted to talk about the woman's anger, because if this resonates with you, you are an empath, just be a woman. You have to know that you have the right to be yourself and speak your truth and be angry. Because you cannot access peace, you cannot have inner peace and healing, growing and evolving, if you don't open up to taking care of yourself, if you don't open up to understanding from that new angle that it was never really your fault, if you don't start to take care of yourself, if you don't let yourself feel your feelings, if you don't let yourself be angry and express yourself, to speak your truth, to be yourself, no matter how hard it feels. But I'm sure that eventually it will get easier. I am speaking from experience here. It gets easier because then you have more power within you. The more you do that, you do this work, you take care of yourself, you have your own back, you get through all of the anger and pain, you will be finding that peace. You will be finding happiness and joy again. So again, if somebody is trying to blame you for everything and attacks you just for having boundaries, just for being angry, just for expressing yourself, just for having a winner mindset, for example, for yourself, that you deserve, that you have worked hard for many, many years, for example. Maybe you just had to survive your whole life, you know? And this person doesn't know it. This person who is attacking you doesn't understand that. They don't know anything. They don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about your life. They don't know about your struggles. They don't know. And they are just being narrow-minded and toxic and immature. A childish person, because a mature person does not go around attacking people. Empaths and HSPs, we don't go around attacking people. We have this inner peace and joy and love. But of course, if somebody has hurt you badly, like a toxic person has attacked you one day and then somebody else another day, for example, or even if it's the same person for years, for example, or your parents, of course you have anger within you, and it's natural. It's a healthy feeling. Those toxic people are trying to teach you to not be yourself, to be ashamed of yourself, to be fearful, to be afraid, to be scared, to be avoiding being yourself. But if you do that, if you just avoid being yourself, you're just destroying yourself. So it's a lot easier to do this work, to step up for yourself, to be yourself, and you will eventually see that things will get a lot easier and clearer. And if you want more help and guidance, my resources are always available for you. The description box tells you about my story, about my background, and as I said, I'm going to be adding my new website link there, and also a few other links, like my Amazon book link, my self-help book link is there as well below the video on YouTube. So you will find it there also, and my booking link as well if you want to have my free 30-minute consultation call with me one-on-one, so that we can chat about your situation and I can tell you, you know, what I think and if I can help you or not, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one. And, you know, remember that you're not alone. I'm here to help you. I've gone through that path, and let's get in touch.